Welcome to this week's show for Drawn to Whitetails. Got two things for you this week. First of all, I'm Drew Ramage. First thing we're going to do is we're going to be rolling a field. Couldn't get a bush hog into an area, so we're going to use a roller that we use on a food plot to try to mash down these weeds and create trails that we can get in and out of, and hopefully the deer can start utilizing it to bring them by our stand, or very least maybe we'll get some visibility in this field that's 6 foot tall in weeds. That's the first segment for you. Second segment we've got is a doe hunt from Ted Cole. He had a really quick hunt this morning, did a little herd management, so we'll bring you that in the second half. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this week's show and see what we're doing on rolling a field. Never thought I would quite be doing that. Okay, it is Saturday, October 1st. We've got an objective here today. As you can see behind me, I've got this field that has really grown up. It was a milo field last year. They did not get it planted this year, and it is just about 5 to 6 foot tall. So what we're doing today is we have brought the four-wheeler down here today, and we've got a roller with this. I cannot get my tractor in here for twofold. It is way back up in here, and I think this ground is going to be too rough for my old tractor. And if we were to have issues, it would be just an absolute mess to try to get fixed or try to get out of here. So what we've done, we brought this four-wheeler down here with a roller on the back, and we're going to try to mash down some of this grass. It's getting old enough or late enough in the fall. It's starting to die off a little bit, turn a little bit yellow, and we're going to roll some paths so we can get back to this stand a little bit easier, number one. And number two, the stand, if you see this tall tree right here, it's just to the right of that, or left of that, depending on how you're looking at it. And there's a tractor crossing right there. And we've hunted that spot a couple times, and we're going to try to make a visibility a little bit easier in this field. So if something comes out of the woods, maybe, just maybe, we can see them cross this field and get an idea for how they're utilizing this farm. That is more of a scouting place right now. But if we can roll some paths, like a wagon wheel, spokes anyway, down through in front of that stand, twofold. We can see them moving through this stuff. If they cross one of those paths, we can see them. Or if they're coming into that area or coming out from behind us, maybe they'll utilize these wagon wheel or these spokes to go through this field and just maybe bring them by our stand back here. So let's go ahead and we're going to drive back there right now and kind of roll some path back there. And then when we get back there, I'll show you the stand and show you what we're doing from that stand to try to roll these lanes so we got a little bit of visibility in this field. So stay with us. We'll be right back when we get back over there. All right, well, I've been riding down through here trying to mash some of this stuff down, and I found this this bed right here, and then right up there by the four-wheeler is another bed. But anyway, I was getting off to video these beds and just show how they're bedding down here in these big fields, this big grown-up field. As I was recording this, I just missed her. A doe 15 yards behind me jumped up and ran into the woods. So they were really utilizing this. Look how well it's smashing that stuff down. I mean, that is a defined way that we can get in and out of here, and it is really working. I'm going to do one coming in and then another trail going out, so when we mash these grass down and it's kind of coming this way, we can walk in with the grass fall down, and then we can walk out with it falling down as well. All right, well, let's continue on. All right, we're back here to the stand. It's just right up here in the tree right behind me, and as you can see, this stuff is just thick. It's literally 5, 6 foot tall. Another important thing, wear glasses when you're going through weeds this tall. I had a bad experience a few years ago. I did that, and when a seed got my eye, I had to go to the emergency room and get it plucked out. But we're getting ready to do our little spokes here. We're gonna go straight out in front of the stand and then do a couple more veering off, and then one probably right through the center of it. So let's go ahead and get this job done. Well, just about finished doing what we were gonna do down here today. Found about 3 pieces of information. First, there's no way the tractor could have got down here. From the ruts that were left when this milo was taken out, my four-wheeler has gotten stuck a couple of times in four-wheel drive. So first of all, that would have never worked. So glad I didn't bring that down here and had a mess on my hands. Second, there are 2 little gems in here. I found a spot where there's a sapling and this buck has rubbed it, and there is feces or poop all around it. So he is bedding in this area. And then the third thing is there's a bunch of clover in here. I've seen several little spots of clover. So man, this is gonna be everything they need. Their bedroom, They're going to have some food in here. They got the safety of the cover, and then there's water. There's some water holes down through here too. It's a bottoms area. I wish it was cutting like a bush hog, but I'm trying to hit these little things I put in here twofold, twice. So I'm creating decent paths so I can see, and hopefully eventually they'll start utilizing them as a path of least resistance to maybe come by our tree stand here a little later today. That's what we're doing here on October 1st. We're going to try to hop in a tree tonight and harvest a doe. Most of the bucks that we are hunting right now are nocturnal, so we'll just have to wait for a cold front to come through, just wait for later in the month when they start getting a little breeding on their minds, and it gets them in daylight. But anyway, we'll keep monitoring our cameras, keep scouting from afar, and just see if we can key in on a certain buck. But this spot is still looking dynamite. I think I found a couple different things here just doing this today that might improve our odds here in the next few weeks. So I'm gonna hit a couple more spots and hit a spot on the way out, and then that's it for the day. So thanks for joining us. Season never ends.
Well, it's the 2nd of October. Got in the stand a little bit late this morning, but nothing too bad. Nice, calm, cool morning. Deer should be on their feet, I hope. So stick with us, and maybe we'll have a little bit of luck. Well, we had a pretty successful morning here in the woods. Like I said earlier in my interview, we got in a little late. Nothing too bad, but we hadn't been set up long, and had 3 mature does come in, and freezer's getting pretty empty, so went ahead and killed a doe, get some meat in the freezer, and now we can start hunting horns. The acorns are starting to fall, and if you can get anywhere on a near any white or red oak that's dropping, the deer are really working on them right now. So stick with us, and hopefully we'll have some horns to show you here before long.
Well, hope you enjoyed this week's show for Drawn to Whitetails. Wanted to point out one more thing on that rolling the field that I don't think I really touched on is we really as I was driving that field, rolling it, I got to see how they're utilizing that field, the trails that they were using. So we may have to adjust that set to put us in a better position on that farm, but stay tuned with us, and if we do that, we'll show it to you and why we chose that. But it looks like they're cutting the center of that field and going from one woodlot to another woodlot, and we found some pretty good sign that may put us in a better position. But we'll see how that all plays out. Congrats to Ted on a doe kill. Go ahead and get in the freezer field. Go ahead and get a little practice shooting deer, and then also controlling that doe herd that's a little skewed, I believe, on that farm. Hope everything's beneficial to you. Hope we're doing stuff that you find interesting. And just remember, as we always say at the end of each show, the season never ends. Get out there and do something.